Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Niger once again, and this is going to be another tier list. So, the Elimination Chamber is on Saturday. Hey, and leading into that, I decided, you know what? Let's look at the various logos from the Elimination Chamber event. So, we got the logos from every year's Elimination Chamber event, and unlike previous ones, quite varied this time around. If at least in terms of like color and stuff. But then we also have our tiers here. So in top tier we have Survive the Steel, meaning really awesome logo, really good logo is the survivor of the Elimination Chamber. Then A tier is still top tier here, or not top tier, or not the top tier, but still really good, really solid. B tier is kind of middle ground, not great, not horrible, but good or okay. C tier is meh, very one or two things keeping it from the bottom. And the bottom, no way out. And if you get that reference, your veterans card is in the mail. So without further ado, also real quick, this is just for the Elimination Chamber events, not every logo that's had an Elimination Chamber match. So the Elimination Chamber, of course, kind of a brief crash course history, I guess, has started off at SummerSlam in 2002, then went to Survive. Actually, started off Survivor Series 2002, then SummerSlam '03 he happened next year, and then I believe after that it always took place at New Year's Revolution, and then starting I think in 2007 or 2008 it started taking place at the No Way Out event, and then in 2010 they gave it its own show. It gave it its own Elimination Chamber event, and so without further ado, and that's pretty much where it's been. Like No Way Out made like a one-off appearance again in 2012, if I'm not mistaken, but otherwise, Elimination Chamber wasn't there. It's had its own event, and granted, No Way Out was already established, but honestly, having the Elimination Chamber on No Way Out, I think it definitely did work because as No Way Out, once the Elimination Chamber is locked, it's locked. There's no way out, but it still does get its own show. With the WWE not wanting to go to, not wanting to, or wanting to step away from kind of like match specific pay per view events such as like Hell in a Cell. Although Money in the Bank is staying because it's one of the big five, but with that, will we see Elimination Chamber no longer have its own event and go back over to No Way Out or something equivalent? Time will tell. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting with the inaugural Elimination Chamber, her logo slash event from 2010, and this one I think is pretty cool, showing the Elimination Chamber, her from like the side view, and then showing the logo and having it wrap around and stuff of kind of black and white. Although this is less white and a bit more like silver, or to reflect like the metal of the Elimination Chamber. It is. It's rather flashy and it's got like the yellow and stuff, which I'm not super biggest fan of, but I think it still works out. So we'll at least put it in B. It gets the job done, and also there aren't really a whole lot of these, so we're not going to be here too long. But we're still going to evaluate them anyway. But next was 2011, and this one I think is really cool. I like the red, and not just the red head in the background, but then the Elimination Chamber there, and then all like the chains and stuff going throughout. For like the Elimination Chamber, I think that is a pretty cool look, and the red, and giving that sense of like danger. Her red, of course, is very warm slash like hot color, and usually hot colors like red or yellow or orange give off that sense of like fire, like danger, like alert, or essentially. So I think it does fit in, and I think it stands out. So I'll actually give that one an A. I think it's pretty good. But then next up is 2012, switching over to green, switching over to green this time around is a bit interesting, but I think the logo still looks okay for the most part. Still has the Elimination Chamber, it has the structure itself. This one doesn't quite have the structure. It has like kind of the inside of the structure, but doesn't show the whole structure from the outside like the one from 2010 or the one from 2012. But with the green everything, and then the green lettering, I think it looks okay. It doesn't look really bad, and I think mostly because I do like green. And remember, these are all my opinions, so if you disagree, any of these, that is completely fine. But this one I think also still gets the job done, so it's gonna go in B. And then next up is 2013. So this one gets no additional color, or at least not within the lettering. And this one solid silver/white throughout. Oh, and then it's got the chamber structure as well, all kind of zoomed in, and it's kind of got it's a subdued kind of blue and red going on in the background. But otherwise, I think it looks okay. We are going to put this one in. Yeah, we'll put it in B. He a bit simple, but it gets the job done, and sometimes that's okay. But then next up is the one from 2014, and I know I know a lot of it's cropped out, but nevertheless, you do see the structure. You do see the same lettering from last year. You see Stephanie McMahon hovering over the chamber. Why, I'm not sure. She's never been in an Elimination Chamber match, but this was when the Authority was in power, so I guess that's probably the reason. But otherwise, and it's showing like pretty much like the arena, and then Stephanie McMahon, and then the chamber structure. But otherwise, I think it still looks pretty cool. Look pretty okay. So is going to go in. Yeah, I think I'll put it in B. It's gonna go in B this time around. But then next up is the 2015 chamber. This one was the bad one. But as for the logo itself, it's also kind of plain. Like this time you don't see the whole structure, and normally that'd be fine, cause like with the 2011 logo you don't see the whole structure, but it's just like the chain and then the silver there, and they do kind of try to make it a bit edgy, bit scruffy with like the effects going throughout the lettering, but otherwise I promise it's not like the quality of that year's chamber event, and isn't going to dictate how we feel about the logo. But the logo itself, I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't know if it's the absolute worst, but we'll at least put it in C. But then next up is 2017. Yes, the Elimination Chamber took a year off, and then in 2017, it came back as a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, which is kind of an interesting choice, but it was a SmackDown exclusive, and this is the one, of course, where Bray Wyatt won the WWE Championship within the chamber. And if I remember correctly, not a bad chamber match. But as for this one, you got invisible empty chamber there. No, I'm just kidding. You got John Cena there, and then showing like the effects, and then just the white lettering. It doesn't have the special effects, but them kind of adding John Cena to it, I think helps boost it, but only by a smidge. Do I want to put in C or B? Because this one, the thing is, like, this one's kind of plain, just like the black and white, and it doesn't even show like the whole structure. It shows a wide shot of it, but then this one shows. I gotta play by my own rules. So this one, I think I probably gotta put in C as well. It looks okay, but just doesn't have that extra oomph to put it up in B. But this one has even less oomph, because this one's from 2018. This was the Raw exclusive one. This one was also kind of the end one where Braun Strowman barreled through. This one was the first 7-man chamber. Braun Strowman barreled through the other 6 men before being taken out by Roman Reigns. And this wasn't cool Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. This was Big Dog Roman Reigns, where he would go on to fight Brock Lesnar in the main event, in one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. I'm getting ahead of myself. As for the logo itself, it's pretty plain. Like, literally, it doesn't even have like the cool chain link structure of the previous ones, or like the wide shot of the arena like this one, or anything like that, or even the different chains going throughout. It's just the lettering thing. So this one, unfortunately, there's no way out. There's no way out from you. escaping that. So it's gonna go No Way Out. It's pretty bland and pretty forgettable of a logo that is like if they added like chains and stuff, I think it would have worked out a little bit better. I don't know if it would have been any higher than a C, but the lack of that, literally just the lettering, just makes it is where you put the is why it goes in No Way Out. As for the 2019 logo, this one and this one almost would be as bad as this one. It's pretty much like the same, but thankfully it has like the structure below it even though it's like a top view and you can't see the damn thing. At least it's got something going on. This one doesn't really have anything going on, but this one has a little something going on. So that does save it from the bottom tier, but it's I don't think it's gonna go any higher than a C. But then next up is the 2020 chamber. Pretty much like this one, just they add some smoke. There you go. oh, oh, yeah, man. Like not even a structure, not even chain or anything. Just it's wow. What are we doing? Yeah, sometimes less is more, but sometimes less is less. And this one definitely, these two, the 2018 and 2020, definitely were just not it. But then next up is 2021. Yay! The chain and stuff is back, and it does look kind of cool. I like how it's going throughout. I like the kind of spark effects it has as we have like the Elimination Chamber logo there. I think they're going for like I guess supposed to be like glowing fire effect, which is why you have like the red and black there. But otherwise, is I think it just looks okay for the most part. It's a lot better than the other ones, but it's gonna go in B for me. Then next up is 2022, who I think or actually never mind. And yeah. I think ever since I started watching WWE Network, to watch like all the events and stuff, I think out of all these, this is the only Elimination Chamber event I have not seen yet. Because this one took place in Saudi Arabia, and I normally didn't catch the Saudi shows if I had something to do that day. But otherwise, this one I think looks okay. Like having the green, kind of like the outline of the structure, which kind of this like basic design, kind of just having like the outline of the structure and not really delving inside the structure or the inner workings of the structure, kind of just having that structure kind of from the outside in the generic look is kind of the effect they carry over. It's got the green and the purple smoke and everything, which is synonymous with like the Saudi shows and everything, and kind of that like green, purple, yellow color effects and everything. So, this one, it's not gonna go see. Yeah, it's a B, but it's like a low B. Like it gets the job done, and really that's all you can really ask of it. But then next up is 2023. This one is pretty cool. Like it has the logo there, but it's got the structure. It's got Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn and standing right behind him. This is the image I used for my thumbnail when I reviewed the Elimination Chamber event from last year. If you haven't already, go check out that review. But I do like it. I do like the effect of them trapped in the pot. I like the red for Raw and the blue for SmackDown for the other. Like the effect going throughout. So this one's not bad. This one is going to go in A. Actually, smack my mic there. But then last, certainly not least, he's the 2024 Elimination Chamber, aka Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. I wonder if Perth Angle is going to be there. I'm sorry, that was awful. But as for the logo, pretty much like this one. If anything, they may add a little. No, it's. If anything, it may add a little bit more to the like outline structure here, but it's all in blue, which I think is pretty cool. Even though Raw is going to be there as well, but kind of the brand split's kind of slowly starting to phase out. I can tell, but nevertheless, as having this structure and everything in blue in the background, I think is pretty cool. It doesn't go the extra mile like the previous year, but it at least is going to go in B for me. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. So to recap, none of these survived the steal, unfortunately. In A tier, we had the 2011 and 2023 logos. In B tier, we had the logos from 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2021, 2022, and 2024. In C tier, we had 2015, 2017, and 2019. And No Way Out. how we had 2018 and 2020. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this tier list and my rankings. Do you agree or disagree? And are you excited for Elimination Chamber on Saturday? Are you gonna be watching it, even though it's at 5 in the morning? And I woke up at 5 in the morning for Super Showdown back in 2018, and I used to wake up all the time for school, and I still sometimes have to wake up early for work. So this is probably gonna be nothing for me. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. My apologies. I will see you guys later. Peace.